very quickly after Andrea Berta come in, it was as if the Alexander Isak talk just went cold. It was as if Andrea Berta came in and went, stop messing around, believing you're going to sign this guy when there is very, very little chance of us getting that over the line. Let's turn our attention elsewhere. Now, we seemingly have turned our attention towards Viktor Gyökeres. Now, I'm not saying that Gyökeres wasn't on Arsenal fans' radars prior to Andrea Berta's arrival, but there he was at Sporting Lisbon with a release clause. And listen, in my opinion, the release clause was too high, and I was never going to back the idea of spending 100 million euros on Viktor Gyökeres. But from what we understand, Andrea Berta has been looking at him for a while, was looking at him for Atletico Madrid. He's come here and he's gone, that, my friends, is a much more viable option. That is an option that we can seriously explore. I already have a relationship with the players' representatives. I think I can get them to kind of force a much lower sale price. And I'm going to use my vast network of contacts within the European game to put the feelers out and figure out whether this is a more viable deal. Now, again, I'm not saying that we're definitely going to do this, but it did feel like the Gyökeres ship had sailed prior to Berta's arrival. And, you know, it's about the cost versus the reward in a lot of these instances, because I think if you did a poll, take Alexander Isak out of it. If you put a poll out there to Arsenal fans and you said, who do you want, Gyökeres or Sesko? I think the opinion would be quite divided. One thing I will say in Gyökeres' favour is that for me, he's more proven than Benjamin Sesko. He's less of a risk than Benjamin Sesko. And my thing with Gyökeres was always, don't spend 100 million euros on him. That is crazy because we've got other bits of business to be doing and needing to be doing. And so when the price came down, as it seemingly has, and quite significantly, all of a sudden, that become a much more attractive proposition. And that's just one example of the shift in plans when you have a different sporting director.